L. L. Alright, so when it starts with L, you have words like this. Adgang. Adgang. Adskille. Adskille. Adlyde. Adlyde. Adfærd. Adfærd. Advarsel. Advarsel. Right? So this means, right, when it's blue, you put the stress here. Right? Adgang, adskille, adlyde, adfærd, advarsel. You see the translations here. I didn't write the word class or anything else simply because this is not about the word class or anything else like that. This is just about where to put the stress. Okay? That's the focus of this video. Alright. Then we have Au. Au. Now, this one is interesting because normally if you see A and F as a word alone, then it's a, en af dem, one of them. But when it's a prefix, then it's au. Right? It becomes au. So, aftale. Aftale. Afmagt. Afmagt. Afgang. Afgang. Afvige. Afvige. Afvente. Afvente. Now, the meanings might change a little bit, but very often, if it's something with au, then it's like of, like either OF or OFF, like of something. Alright, next one. An. An. Ansvar. Ansvar. Antagelse. Antagelse. Ansigt. Ansigt. Anmodning. Anmodning. Ansat. Ansat. Now, when something is like if it's an adjective, it's usually something that's on or in or im, like it's not. It's a negative. So, uhøflig. Uhøflig. Usikker. Usikker. Upassende. Upassende. Ufarlig. Ufarlig. Ubegavet. Ubegavet. Now, there's something tricky about this because there are also many words that have but they don't have the stress there. And I can't really say that there's just one rule to explain it all because there isn't. But the good news is that I have another video about that. Not so much the grammar, but just a lot of different adjectives that start with I think there's like 50 or 60. There's a whole lot of adjectives. And then you can hear which have the stress on you and which ones don't. Right? So that's a really good one. But you can only get the full version if you're a member of the channel or you bought lifetime access. Okay, the next one. Up. Up. So up is obviously something with up, right, to us. Opfindelse. Opfindelse. Opdagelse. Opdagelse. Oplevelse. Oplevelse. Opnå. Opnå. Opsøge. Opsøge. Alright, it's a very good one. Up is very important. Nedladende. And ned is of course down, right? Something that's down, going down. Nedtrykt. Nedtrykt. Nedbør. Nedbør. Nedladende. Nedladende. Nedbryde. Nedbryde. Nedtone. Nedtone. Alright. Then you have over, and over is usually like, over. It's over something. Overveje. Overveje. Overvågning. Overvågning. Overgå. Overgå. Overse. Overse. Overtage. Overtage. Right? So all of these are like physical, and there's a physical relation. The root over is. Under. Under is of course under. Right? Undersøge. Undersøge. Underordnet. Underordnet. Undervise. Undervise. Undertøj. Undertøj. Underbevidsthed. Underbevidsthed. Alright, very nice. Ud. Ud. And ud usually means out. Udseende. Udseende. Udgang. Udgang. Udsigt. Udsigt. Udtale. Udtale. Udfordring. Udfordring. Right. A very good one. In. In. And very often this is something that's in, like going inside or being inside of something. Right? Indgang. Indgang. Indse. Indse. Indhente. Indhente. Indlysende. Indlysende. Indlæring. Indlæring. Right. Very good. This one is normally pronounced bag when it's alone, but when it's a prefix, then it becomes bow. Right? Like a bows, kind of like that. So, bagklog. Bagklog. Baggrund. Baggrund. Bagsæde. Bagsæde. Baghave. Baghave. Bagdør. Bagdør. Awesome. For. Now, there is something tricky about for, because there are also words where for doesn't have the stress. But there's a hint. Usually when it's something to do with like in front of or before, like pre in time, earlier, then you put the stress on far. That's like a general rule you can follow. So, fortid, fortid, forbillede, forbillede, forhold, forhold, formål, formål, forfædre, forfædre. Yeah. Now again, the focus of this video is not the meaning of the words, but if you do that anyway, you can actually see that it kind of makes sense. Like fortid is like the pre-time, the past. Forfædre, ancestor, forefather. Right? So there's actually a lot of logic here. It's not all as random as you think. Alright, very nice. Gennem, or gennem, as it sounds when we say it fast. So gennem means like through, and got throughout, like going through something. Gennemføre, gennemføre, gennemtænke, gennemtænke, gennemblødt, gennemblødt, gennemskue, gennemskue, gennemtrænge, gennemtrænge. Right? Again, it's like through, right? All of them. Very nice, very nice. Mod. Now, mod is cool. Usually mod is something like against or at or opposite. You kind of see that in the meaning here. Modtage, modtage, modgang, modgang, modgift, modgift, modsat, modsat, modstander, modstander. Alright, it's kind of logical, and that's where you put the stress. Sam. Now, sam is not really a thing on its own, but it's a prefix we use with like something together. Right? Samarbejde, samarbejde, samtale, samtale, samvær, samvær, samfund, samfund, samtidig, samtidig. Awesome. Med. Now, med is kind of similar. It's like or doing something together, right? Or sharing something. Medfølelse, medfølelse, medmenneske, medmenneske, medlem, medlem, medejer, medejer, meddele, meddele. Right? Makes sense. Alright, this one is self, but we rarely say that in real life. So this is oneself, right? Your own, yourself, that kind of stuff. Selvtillid, selvtillid, selvværd, selvværd, selvmål, selvmål, mål, selvgjort, selvgjort, selvfølge, selvfølge. Very good, very good. Alright, so this one is normally po. Like when you see it on zone, then it's po. But here it is a prefix, so it becomes pa, right? Because it's a prefix, beginning of a word. So we have posto, posto, påskud, påskud, påvirke, påvirke, påklædning, påklædning, påmindelse, påmindelse. Super. Fra og fra is slightly different when it's a prefix. Fravær, fravær, fradrag, fradrag, fraklip, fraklip, fraråd, fraråde, frastødende, frastødende. And in case you didn't know, fra is generally speaking like from. Right? Fravær, fradrag, fraklip, frastød, fraråd, frastødende. Right? It's from something. Nice. Now, can mean many things. Many things. It can be like around or about. We'll kind of get the idea here. Omvendt. Omvendt. Omkreds. Omkreds. Område. Område. Omsorg. Omsorg. Omkvæd. Omkvæd. Nice. Okay, then you have ved. Ved can mean different things, so I'm not even going to try to translate it. Although, I guess I can say sometimes it means at. Vedrørende. Vedrørende. Vedhæftet. Vedhæftet. Vedgå. Vedgå. Vedtægt. Vedtægt. Vedvarende. Vedvarende. Good. Hen. And hen can also mean different things. Usually hen indicate there's like a direction, like heading somewhere, going somewhere, or aimed at something. Hentydning. Hentydning. Henvisning. Henvisning. Henblik. Henblik. Hensyn. Hensyn. Henvende. Henvende. Alright, next one. Til. Til. Til can, it means to, like we had last week. But as a prefix, it can also be different things. So, tilstå. Tilstå. Tilfælde. Tilfælde. tilbud, tilbud, tilskud, tilskud, tilgive, tilgive. That's a good one. Tilgive. Alright, moving on. Alright, so en or en is like one, like there's one of something, and you can see that here. Enhed, enhed, ensom, ensom, ensformig, ensformig, enhjørning, enhjørning, enspænder, enspænder. Alright, cool. So this one, now actually G-E-N could also be pronounced gen, like a gene in biology, but that's not what we're doing here. This is gen, and gen is like and something happens again. It's repetition. Gentage, gentage, genbrug, genbrug, genvej, genvej, genkende, genkende, genopfinde, genopfinde. Beautiful. Ny. Now this is one of the few adjectives I included, because if I were to include all the adjectives, we'd never be done here. But I did include this one because it's so important. Nysgerrig, nysgerrig, nyhed, nyhed, nyskabende, nyskabende, nyfødt, nyfødt, nytår, nytår. Okay, so this is nord, and yes, nord is north, so pretty useful. Nordeuropa, Nordeuropa, nordlys, nordlys, Nordamerika, Nordamerika, Nordpolen, Nordpolen, nordlig, nordlig. Now, of course, when you hear nord so many times, it's gonna make you crazy, but yeah, we do use it a lot. Nord. And the opposite, syd, like south, of course. Syd, syd, syd. Sydeuropa, Sydeuropa, Sydkorea, Sydkorea, Sydamerika, Sydamerika, Sydpolen, Sydpolen, sydlig, sydlig. Now, I didn't include øst or vest, like east and west, and that kind of stuff, but it's the same logic, so you can just do the same thing with those. Pretty convenient. Alright, then you have middel. Middel, which is usually something with the middle. Yeah. So, Middelhavet, Middelhavet, middelmådig, middelmådig, middelvej, middelvej, middelalderen, middelalderen, middelklasse, middelklasse. Alright, chronological. Alright, one of the few nouns I included because it's so important. Solbriller. Solbriller. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to say sol first. Well, anyway, you got it. Sol is, of course, sun. Alright, so, first one. Solbriller. Solbriller. Solcreme. Solcreme. Solskin. Solskin. Solopgang. Solopgang. Solnedgang. Solnedgang. You gotta know sol. If you speak Spanish or something, of course, it's a lot easier. But beware, we don't say sol, we say sol. Right? Pronunciation matters. Alright. So this is day, but as a prefix, day becomes dag. So we say daglig, daglig, dagpleje, dagpleje, dagbog, dagbog, dagsorden, dagsorden, dagslys, dagslys. So of course, day or dag relate to something in the day, like daylight, daily, etc. Moving on. It's kind of similar. Tids, or tids, can't really say it isolated. This is, again, time related. Tidszone. Tidszone. Right. Tidsforskel. Tidsforskel. Tidsfordriv. Tidsfordriv. Tidspres. Tidspres. Tidsalder. Tidsalder. Very good. Moving on to halv or half, but we hardly ever say half in real life. So this is basically half, like half of something. Halvvejs. Halvvejs. Halvø. Sorry. Halvø. Halvø. Mm-hmm. Halvbror. Halvbror. Halvgud. Halvgud. Halvmåne. Halvmåne. Right? Half. Most of these are like half, one way or another. And this is, of course, fuld, which is full, and could also be drunk, but that's another context. So, fuld or fuld. Fuldtid. Fuldtid. Fuldskæg. Fuldskæg. Fuldmåne. Fuldmåne. Fuldkorn. Fuldkorn. Fuldendt. Fuldendt. Yeah, there's a lot, I know. And this one is like de, so that's kind of like English, like de, or de. something that's usually a negative. Dehydreret. Dehydreret. Deaktivere. Deaktivere. Demotiverende. Demotiverende. Dekonstruere. Dekonstruere. Deregulere. Eller regulere, you can say both. Deregulere. Alright? It's kind of similar to English. Miss, that's also similar to English. I think it's like miss. I think there's, again, a negative, something lacking, or something wrong. Misforståelse. Misforståelse. Misopfattelse. Misopfattelse. Mistillid. Mistillid. Right? Mistillid. Misbrug. Misbrug. Mistanke. Mistanke. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so this one is on, right? And on is generally like a negative, right? It's kind of like avoiding or sorry, it's generally like avoiding or not having or getting rid of. So undgå. Undgå. Undskylde. Undskylde. Undtagelse. Undtagelse. Undlade. Undlade. Undvige. Undvige. Right? It's very good stuff. And remember, it's pronounced on, not und or un.